Okay, so this is going to be a tutorial on importing video, importing images, adding titles, transitions, music, and narration, and use of green screen in the older version of iMovie, which is on most Macs in the district. So first off, you find iMovie by going into this magnifying the spotlight here and looking for it. And then you have to name your project. I always choose no theme. Project, we'll just call it Tech Day. And then we will go to a new event. The event is where your video and images will be placed, or your video. And the project is where you're going to do all your work. So now we're going to go to a video I have already pre-selected, import, and it's a math tutorial I found on YouTube, and we'll take this one and just take a little bit of time.
A few moments later.
You can choose the whole clip, just drag it and import the whole thing in, or you can just take bits and pieces. And just for the demonstration, I'll just show you, you click the trackpad and you drag, and you take as much or as little as you would like. And I'm going to just stop it. You can see how it's being measured right here. I'm going to stop it right at 3. I'm going to try to get as close to 3 minutes as possible, and then pull it up and drop it in. Now, here's the video. Now, a couple of things. This camera right here, if you wanted to record yourself directly into iMovie and then edit it, that would be done right there. This swaps the events and the projects. It's personal preference, really. Okay, and so now we have the video, the section that we want. Okay, and what we're going to do now is we're going to add a title screen. Here is the title. I usually just stick with the centered, keep it simple. And you can either place it right in front of the first frame, or you can place it on top of the image. The default is 4 seconds long. Okay, I'll just place it right there. And then when you place it before the first frame, you get all sorts of choices of what sort of background you want. Okay, I'll take the simple curtain background, and I'll just call this Tech Day, and we'll move on. Okay, and so now it's 4 seconds long, and you can make it 10 seconds long if you want. Cooperates. 10 seconds right there, and then that's done, and you can see Tech Day, and then you begin your demonstration. Now for an effective demonstration, I'll mute that. For an effective demonstration, you really want transitions, and that brings us to the next piece. Transitions. Transitions are best, I think, if you don't notice them. So my experience is the kids love to use transitions like this, and that's pretty noticeable. And you want really a subtle transition. And so why don't we go to fade to black. I really like to put the transitions first before I put any type of text on there. And of course you would put transition at the end. Right? And let's go back to the title slide here. This is what I like to use for the end, usually, and we'll put that right in between. And for some reason the kids love to use this one, and you can just put the end. Okay, so we've added the closing slide. So we have the opening, we've titled it, we have the closing, we've added transitions. If you want to make a break into a particular clip, you would just highlight it like that. And if you want, you just delete it. And if you want to add another image into it, and this is how you add images. We'll put a image of a dog party in between. Drop it in between, and you have a dog party. Now, something I'll make sure this is muted. But when you go through, see it moving like that? That's called the Ken Burns effect, and that's the default on all iMovie products, all iMovies. So, oh, incidentally, if you want to again increase the length of the image, how long it stays on open, 10 seconds there. But right here, to edit the particular clip, you have Ken Burns, you have crop, where you can just exactly what it says, crop it, or you can fit the whole thing. And I usually just go with fit. Done. And so now the woman is doing her math thing, and then you have dogs playing poker for about 10 seconds, and then she will pop back up. And again, when you add images like this, you're going to want to think, do you want to transition in between here? Okay. So now that we have that piece, I'm going to show you how to deal with the audio. So you highlight the clip, you just click on it, and the yellow lines will show up. And then you go to clip, put right here, detach audio, or mute clip. You mute it, it's muted. You're not gonna hear it. But you detach audio. You now have the audio separated from the actual clip. Okay, and in reality, that's what I really should have done before I put the image in here. Because now the audio is gone. If I hadn't done that, and I had detached the audio first and then did the clip, there wouldn't be a break in the audio. If that makes sense. I can actually show you exactly what I mean. Because undo, undo, and you just continue to undo what you did and go backwards, and you're done. Okay, and so if I highlight the whole clip and then detach audio, then I decide, okay, I want to take a piece out because I don't want it. And you know, I teach world history, something like this. If I took it off of YouTube and I don't want a particularly violent clip, which I teach world history, so that happens a lot. You delete it. It doesn't remove the audio, and then we can place those card playing dogs in there, and we'll just make sure that it fits, and we'll just keep it at 4 seconds for time's sake. Okay, so now we have the audio here, and you can now move the audio independent of the video. Okay, so now the audio is going to be all messed up when I play it. So because I've changed the timing on it off of the video. So you can control how loud the clip is. Okay, right here. And now say you wanted to add background music. Okay, so that's the next one. Music. Now, so it'll bring you to your iMovies, your iTunes, and so these are some of the recordings that I've made over the years. And let's see if I can find an actual song. So here's a song. So you just drag it, you place it in there, And now you have it. Okay. So now I'll unmute it. And you have the music there. And you actually have the audio now. Okay. So I'm going to stop that. And so I want to make this audio, I want to make the background music much lower. I'm lowering it. And you can fade it in. You can do a lot of different technical things. You can just mess around with it to see what you like. And it's very subtle. Hi boys and girls. Today we're moving on to and you've picked up the audio. Remember, because I moved the audio piece around, it doesn't correspond with the video any longer. So you got to be careful with that. But I just did that just so I could show you how to move the audio, detached audio around. So we've added songs, we've detached the audio, and now we're going to do one last thing. Now this is what the kids really like with iMovie, one of the features. Okay, so we're going to pull an image in, and we are going to take, as I look around, I have a lot of old video of students in front of green screens, myself in front of the green screen, but one of the things that I have is, and we'll fit it, this is the background, is my dog. And so you need a green screen and you need a camera, and that's all you really need. And so I'm going to make this scene 20 seconds. Okay, I can't remember how long my dog's green screen career lasted, but this background is 20 seconds. And so now what we're going to do is, it's actually stored in my iPhoto videos. And you always have to have the background first before you put the video on. And one last thing before I even forget, I clicked the wrong one, should click the iMovie. Preferences, always make sure Show Advanced Tools is checked. That's important. And then take it, plop it on top, and then you can see the choices. And I used green screen. And you can also picture in picture, cutaway, side by side. There's a lot of different things you can do. Green screen. And my dog, it looks like she's got glasses on here, is now in a video. Now, the newer version of iMovie, it's much better, the green screen technology. And so the green screen isn't that good because the lighting wasn't that good. It was done in my basement. But in a well-lit classroom without any shadows, it would work just fine. Again, it takes some experimentation. And so, to recap, and hopefully I haven't forgotten anything, we know how to put in a title slide. We know how to add audio. We know how to detach audio. We know how to add music and turn it into a background. We know how to split a clip and add an image. We know how to import video. And the green screen. And that ends this rather jumbled podcast on how to make an iMovie.